name is Kistler. I'm a cognitive studies and economics major, also planning to declare a major in creative writing. And I completed my project as part of the Games and Literature course taught by Mark Wollaeger in the English department last spring. So for my final in Games and Literature, we had to construct some kind of project that would contain either allusions or references to the text we'd read throughout the year. So naturally, in a course relating games and literature, we read a lot of literature referencing theories of play, things like Pale Fire and Through the Looking Glass. So I decided that I would write a Twine story. And Twine is a free software that anyone can use to create interactive fiction. And so in my piece of fiction, I embedded literary allusions to Pale Fire, Through the Looking Glass, and other texts we read, such as philosophical texts by Huizinga and Calwa. And I embedded all of these allusions in order to demonstrate what I've learned throughout the course, but also to create a project that kind of included a meta-analysis of what it meant to combine games and literature and explore that space and that tension between two similarly distant crafts. So I learned that creating a branching narrative is far harder when you're approaching a story from a creative writer's perspective. Whenever I approach games from a game designer's perspective, it's very easy to come up with these kinds of procedural branchings that would result in different kinds of stories. But when I think of it with a creative writer's lens, with the idea that you want the story to have resonant truth with the characters or the setting or the main thrust of the story and its themes, it's a lot harder to create a branching narrative that fulfills all of the writer's objectives. And what I found was creating that branching narrative almost forced me to consider myself as multiple writers as I was creating different branches. I had to think of myself as sitting in different chairs, writing in different themes, yet tying them together with the same setting and characters. This challenge led me to theorize that a future project, which would be really fantastic to pursue, would be a project that was a collaboration between multiple writers in which they agreed on a central trunk of the novel, but then each partook in different branches of the novel that would be the different endings, the different ways the stories could interact, so that each branch would have that kind of resonant truth to individual writers, but there would be multiple paths for the player to explore, a kind of procedural branching which would allow for replayability in the game space.